This is Acadiana's News Channel at 10.
Good evening, everyone. This holiday weekend, after you've had your turkey and do your shopping, get out and vote.
Early voting for the December 10th runoff starts Saturday. One of the runoffs, the race for 3rd Congressional District. On the ballot, Scott Angelle and Clay Higgins.
Last night, we went one-on-one with Clay Higgins. Tonight, in Meet the Candidates, we talked to Scott Angelle at his campaign headquarters in Breaux Bridge. So this is the campaign room.
Yeah, this is the war room.
He's no stranger to politics, but Scott Angelle calls himself a Washington outsider with the experience he says the district needs. You've held local and state offices. Are you a career politician?
No, absolutely not. I think what a career politician is, I would define a career politician as somebody who serves themselves. I've never been that kind of guy.
A lot of people write that they think maybe you're using this race to better position yourself for a run for governor in 2019. Is that the case?
You know, that's not the case. I got that question asked to me on the qualifying day when we qualified at the Secretary of State's office, and I made it very clear then, I make it very clear now. I had my chance to run for governor last year and I lost.
But do you see yourself ever running for governor again?
No, I see myself as a member of Congress fighting for the people of South Louisiana.
The matchup on December 10th, Angelle and political newcomer Clay Higgins. Two Republicans, but two different candidates. One very big difference, finances. Before the primary, Angelle raised more than $1.3 million. Higgins, just more than $180,000. He came within about 6,000 votes or 7,000 votes or so. He came very close despite a big handicap when it comes to finances. Does that concern you at all?
Well, no, I don't think it concerns me. I think that you're looking at it in too tight of a snapshot. I think it's fair to say that for 3 or 4 years prior to that, he was on evening news, and that's worth something from a standpoint of investment, and that built some name ID. I didn't have that luxury.
A contentious point between the two candidates is a lawsuit. Higgins' ex-wife filed suit against him the day after the primary, seeking child support payments from years ago. He thinks that your campaign has something to do with that lawsuit. Does your campaign have anything to do with it?
That's a comical statement. That's a comical question that someone who has outstanding child support payment would blame that on their opponent.
Even despite connections to the Jindal administration with the plaintiff in that suit, his ex-wife, your connections to the Jindal administration, no connection?
No connection whatsoever.
Is there anything about his candidacy that concerns you?
Yeah, I think the fact that he would take the opportunity to be on the public payroll, said that he wanted to do side work and he wanted to get paid in cash. That concerns me that when we're talking about the United States government, jobs that require integrity, that a person who was on the public payroll would say, I want to do a side job and I want to get paid in cash. There's no room for that.
Angelle himself has faced criticism. Take his role as a public service commissioner, the state's regulatory agency, while serving on the board for an oil and gas company. How is your positions with Sunoco Logistics and the Public Service Commission not a conflict of interest?
Well, the law is very clear. The Public Service Commission has no jurisdiction over the assets that Sunoco Logistics owns. Sunoco Logistics operates interstate pipeline systems, and the Public Service Commission has no authority over that.
And before his time at the PSC, he was Secretary of the Department of Natural Resources, a job he left days after the sinkhole formed in Bayou Corn. So to the people who say Scott Angelle walked away from the job during a very important time, what do you say?
I say that's absolutely false because I was there and we stood up. We stood up the response that was necessary at that time. I was the first state official at Bayou Corn. I was the first state official on the scene.
First 100 days in Washington. If you're elected, what do you want to accomplish?
There's no question that we've got to get Washington off of our back so we can get South Louisiana back on its feet. And that, to me, starts with regulation. We've got to push back on what has been an absolute decade of over-regulation that has led to strangulation. I hear it everywhere I go. I hear it with regards to health care. I hear it with regards to energy. I hear it with regards to agriculture. So I will be a big proponent in trying to find the right spot to push back on regulation. I believe that some regulation is appropriate, but I think that we have now come through a time in America where our zeal for regulation has caused capital to not be deployed, and when that capital is not deployed, jobs are not being created.
And if you missed our interview with Clay Higgins last night, you can find a link over on our website, katc.com.
Parish by Parish headlines tonight begin in